is dead. We covered it. I'm going to do the same joke twice just to drive it home.
Ralphie May, if you're watching. No, here's the deal, okay? We got to, I guess we're in the middle of a podcast war.
Is it a full? Now I'm just as.
Let me catch you up to speed, Dan. I have found myself in the middle of a controversy with a fictional character.
Okay.
Now I did not plan this war, Dan.
Yeah,
but I've
Dave.
been dragged into it.
Dave, how did you end up in this war? Now, look,
Hold on, I just want to know. And
couple
again,
years-
I'm just a Sirius XM employee, and I just know Jim Norton.
When did you get hired by Sirius
It's called
XM?
The Bonfire. Dave, I have paperwork that can link you to you being paid for guest hosting.
I'd like to see the
So
list.
I will blow this up. I'm here to represent Mr. Norton.
Alex Jones says he has papers all the time, and I never hear him back it up.
I want to
either,
make this
so.
very clear. I have no problem with Jim Norton. Chip Chipperson.
Oh.
I'm
That's a
not
different
sure
story.
who I'm supposed to have a problem with. I don't have a problem with either of them.
No,
Well, do you fight Clark Kent or Superman?
Which one's Clark Kent? Which one's Superman?
Well, that's the age-old question.
They're both Clark Kents.
Yeah, it's just two Clark Kents. Let me go in this phone booth and just put a silly hat on. I'm Clark Kent. Now I'm Clark Kent again.
No, look, here's the deal.
Sam's Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah, that is the perfect. Sam Roberts is a perfect Jimmy Olsen. I love Sam Roberts to death.
Yeah.
And that's just a
Like,
perfect.
does Lois Lane have a cock?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Would that be Teft? Yeah. I think that'd be Teft Dog. I don't know.
So here's the deal, okay? I guess, and we don't really have a podcast of war, even though I love saying that.
This is your new way of saying it? I don't get what
No,
you're
I
doing.
think this
that's
is-
the Chip Chipperson show. He calls it a podcast.
Oh, I get it.
Can I tell you what I know? And
What do you know? I want to know your.
Because I know very little. But I know in wake of.
Well, why don't you? I mean, I don't know. You know the story. I think Lewis actually knows it better than me. You were giving me information about it, so I.
Well, I
but
want to know
I'll tell
what.
you
I want to know
my-
Dan's perspective
Sure,
first. I
let's
want to know
get
the
Dan.
outside perspective because Dan is just a fucking. Here's what Dan does. Okay?
Everything should start with Dan Soder's perspective.
Thank you.
Dan
Dave.
Soder, and also Dan, if you could throw in some voices in the middle of it, that'd be fun.
Yes, that's why I'm leading off.
Yes, of course.
I'm already doing a voice.
Now I got to deal with Norton, Chip, and then I got to deal with Soder and Macho Man. There's always just every one of my friends has a multiple personality.
really shouldn't have messed with the O&A subreddit, brother.
It's standing on lava. Yeah, the floor ain't lava. The internet is. I'm talking about guys with nothing to do. Yeah. Nothing to do but torment you for living your life.
So I want to know Dan because here's what Dan is. Okay, Dan, this is not a knock on you, Dan.
I know
Dan
my
is
flaws.
a safe bitch. Okay.
Oh, guess who doesn't get fucked in his butt but just his mouth? The safe bitch.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll suck a dude off in the showers, but guess who's pooping some solid logs?
So Dan tries to be friends with everybody. So I want to know Dan's perspective because he's not going to step on any toes.
Dan, he will make you laugh and leave friends with everyone. So
Yeah.
Weekend dad soda.
Everyone will walk out of this story closer to Dan Soder. That's all we know.
Listen, when you have no one as a child, you try to love everyone as an adult. I just heard in wake of the Harvey Weinstein scandal, I heard Lauren had been subject to several inappropriate massages, promises of ruining careers, and this is all from Chip.
Yeah.
I want to state this again. This is just what I've heard.
Well, no, I mean, look,
I just want to come out and say Jim Norton had nothing to do with this.
Not
Okay,
at all.
but everything you're saying is absolutely correct.
But then I've also
Dude, you don't have to
heard
dance around the
that-
subject, Dan. Chip raped Lauren.
I don't want to put that out
No,
there
no,
because
we
I've
don't-
also heard that Dave is a very controlling boyfriend. I'm talking,
Also true.
I'm talking 8 years of McDonald's, Cleveland, Ohio controlling.
Yes.
I'm saying,
Can we date?
you can't see it, but Zach is fully erect.
You guys serious? We still doing the bit?
Wait a minute. I can say.
He goes, guys, is it cool if I tug over my pants?
I get my own basement at McDonald's every day.
Yeah, that's Zach's just life.
Sounds incredible. It
Zach
actually, it doesn't sound that bad when you put it that way. Rent free, you get to live in a basement for free. Basement apartment in New York City is not a cheap thing.
What did I tell you, Lewis? I'm so likable. I can make a monster that keeps women captured in his basement.
How long is my chain? Can I pace?
Yeah.
I like to pace when I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. Is there carpet? That's big for me. I don't want a hardwood floor.
I just
for
want
8
to come
years.
home and have my toes squish in the carpet and know that I'm home. That's it. That's what I like.
Am I allowed to leave?
What a great rape dungeon commercial.
Yeah.
There's good carpet, so you can.
So okay, so yeah. So
Dan's not. He's not.
I've heard
he's
nothing.
getting there.
Chip Chipperson, we can say it, dude. He raped her.
I belong to a show called The Bonfire, and we
He
don't
held
we
her
don't have
down.
these problems. These
And
things
look,
are-
by the way, I'm also saying we're not even in a podcast to war with him because of this. I have no problem with it. I'm kind of on his side now. When the words came out of my mouth that Chipper raped Lauren, then I was like, you know what? Good for him.
I bet it. I bet there were some bad puns involved. Can I be honest?
All right, can I tell my perspective on this? Because we have
sure.
Why don't you actually talk? Because
we have some of these clips. Okay, we have some of these clips. You haven't listened to.
Well,
any
should
of
I
this.
give my perspective before we get into the clips?
Okay,
No,
sure.
I mean,
Give-
like,
give-
right,
I
so
don't
I-
think
Well, you
the-
give yours.
I'll
fine,
set
then.
it up. Okay,
I mean,
so
I mean,
what happened was Lauren, who is Dave's now live-in girlfriend, was working with Riotcast, Bobby Kelly, and Jim Norton's show for a while now. She's been producing for Riotcast, and
That's where we know her from. for
Yeah.
doing you know what?
yeah, it's where I'm at.
That's where you know.
I'm gonna give, I know some other stuff now that we've spoken, but I'll leave that out. I'm gonna give it for what I saw yesterday, right? So I listened to this because people start tweeting at me, being like Gomez comment, or Puerto Rican rattlesnake comment.
This is a real thing. Like,
I wake up at like 10 o'clock in the morning to this, right? So apparently Lauren, and I had no idea this was even happening. Lauren left Riotcast, and she left Jim Norton's show. She's not
was there a
producing.
press conference? Was
No,
there
nothing.
a release? This is podcasting, guys. This is serious
It's
stuff.
a big deal. That's a big deal.
Okay.
I think this is what everyone's upset about. There were no flyers. Nothing went out. No press.
I wanted a
whatsoever.
press release.
Yeah. It's she left. And you can get. I mean, I'm sure you can shed a little more light on that, Dave. But she left the show, and apparently, she would, in whatever way it was, Norton wasn't happy about the way she communicated with leaving. She was coy, whatever it was, for whatever
Okay.
reason, right?
All right.
Apparently with him, she didn't communicate the way that he thought was necessary.
Is it a no call, no show? Because anyone that's worked in the service industry knows that is that's a cardinal offense. A no call, no show.
No, he wasn't even claiming anything like that.
Oh.
But he
No,
was
I don't
saying
think.
that.
No, I don't think he did. He was just basically like, yeah, she was with the show for a while, and then all of a sudden she kind of just leaves. Now on the show, he speculated that he was like, I don't want to think that it was Dave that made her leave the show, something along those lines. So he kind of puts it out there that Dave is this controlling fucking.
So basically, you remember? So you'll know this because we've joked about this before. Remember when Glenn Beck used to be on Fox and he would hide behind questions?
Yeah.
Like he would just be like, "Is Obama a terrorist from Kenya? I don't know."
That's a terrible question.
Norton fucking becked me. He fucking just went there. He goes, "Is David the reason the destruction of the Chip podcast?" What the fuck? He just goes, I mean, I'd hate for that to be the case.
I would hate for that to be so.
Can I tell you that because we had a meeting around maybe I want to say noon, 1 p.m., something
Yeah.
like that. Me and you had a meeting with for some other shit, and
with Big J, huge news. Can't talk about it.
huge major things.
Can't announce
everything's
it yet.
changing.
Can't
We're quitting the
announce it
podcast. All right.
Do I get the bonfire all to myself? Oh, I've been planning this the whole time.
Again, no one told me anything about this bonfire show.
Son of a bitch, you guest hosted.
But so I was getting tweets about it, but I knew Lauren was leaving, so I was just kind of like, I guess it's like a thing that I'm getting tweets.
So she told you.
Yeah, I'll get into all. Lauren's been leaving. That's been like months in the making. She gave months notice. I mean, I'm not going to give everything. Like Lauren's out
Like a
of
farmer?
podcasting
She
now.
gives like fucking harvest news. She goes, by next crop moon, I will be gone.
She gave I thought a retarded amount of notice if you went to leave for what the job was. But so I just started getting a lot of tweets about this, and I weirdly started getting things like the thing that I got a lot of is that like you didn't return Norton's text, whatever. Why'd you make Lauren leave? A lot of shit like this, and I just figured it's kind of like just fans being fans. Lauren left, and then Lewis, when I saw him, was like, "Oh yeah, I think like Jim said something about it," and I was just, 100% certain. Like I would have bet money that it was like when he was joking in some way. Like when he said like, "Oh, Dave didn't return my text." I figured it was in the context of a like, "Son of a bitch can't even get a text returned from Dave." It's a joke. And I turned it on, and me and Lauren listened to it together last night. He couldn't have been more serious. He was like having an inside the actor studio moment about Chip Chipperson. Like, Chip was angry that day. I was like, wait, what's going on?
This
here?
is it. Pull up
Let me
actually
just
clip
say-
4. 'Cause I
just
want
say this,
what
and
you're
then we can
talking
look-
about. Yeah.
Me and Lauren listened to this last night, and I don't want to give Lauren's out of this world now. She can give her explanation.
She
for
turned
what
in her
wants.
gun and her badge.
Yeah.
I can't podcast here anymore.
She's not podcasting and doing
Here,
stand-up
Chip,
anymore.
take your hat with a helicopter thing on top. It's yours now.
So like if she wants, she doesn't really need to talk about it. If she wants to, she can. Like I don't know. I'll give you my perspective since I was kind of inserted into it. But like I don't want to make this misleading just to say Lauren's not cool with them. Lauren is not doesn't like Bobby and Jim. I just say that. But me and Lauren listened to this last night.
Well, you're saying she's not cool with them.
She's not cool. They didn't leave on good terms. So I just say that. Like, you know, if she wants to get into details of it, whatever.
Oh, man, how great would it be if the Bonfire stole the exclusive interview with Lauren?
She's like, you know what? I don't even want to leave podcasting. That was all Dave.
She goes, Dave, I told him nothing made me happier, dude, than when I was Chip's girlfriend for an hour a week. I got to be loved by a funny man.
If she remember Mike Tyson's wife, she just spilled out of it in a TV interview. We just go on together and she just still throws me on the bus.
Dude.
But I would just say, me and Lauren did, like, we listened to it together, and I mean, we literally grabbed our sides laughing at certain points of this. Like, you even just looking at this on paper
let me
clips,
pull up some of these clips.
It's really
go to clip
I
number
think
4.
hilarious.
Go to clip number 4, talking about how Jim thought it was weird how Dave didn't respond.
It had nothing to do with anything behind the scenes that I know of. And if she was influenced to quit or pressured to quit, I'll never know the true story, but I hope that's not true. I like Dave. I don't want to turn around and despise him. I really don't.
But that would be the result of that news?
Yeah.
Sam,
Yeah.
you
But I don't want, I'm not saying it's him.
Yeah, but pause it for a
I'm
second.
not saying that.
Sam is a shit-stirring scumbag. I want to point that out. That's the moment. Rewind it for
Can
a
I
second.
tell you that Sam was probably doing this with the evil fingers as
Yeah.
he said that? He goes,
You wouldn't think that.
So the result would be that you would despise him, though. You, like his
Sam,
fucking-
I can't tell you.
hate.
the way his voice goes up too.
Dude, even when he's drawing someone hypothetically hating me out of it, I just love Sam's host. Like, just
he's
a
good.
fucking great
That
radio.
motherfucker's a broadcaster.
He just knows how to lead a radio show. But, dude, I mean, okay, am I crazy? Or Norton talking about me like I murdered a family member, potentially.
I think it's brave that he's coming forward and exposing you the way he is.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, I don't know. People can
Dave, can you
believe.
just answer one question? Because before we move on in the conversation, because
Sure.
I want to know this before we even move forward
Absolutely.
in the conversation.
Let's
I don't
settle it.
Like, look, do you hit Lauren?
I
I don't want to get your back in this shit, and then I find out you're actually.
Oh,
hitting
yeah, you
Lauren,
don't want to
dude.
get Afflecked.
Yeah.
if you have known me as long as you've known me and still have to ask whether I'm hitting Lauren, we're not the friends I thought.
true.
we
He's
And that
hitting her.
answer is clearly yes.
He's definitely fucking her up.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
All
right.
right, there we settled the question.
Body
now
shot.
let's
Old
move on.
body shot Smith.
I give her nothing but leg kicks. It's a very strange type of
It's a
abuse.
Muay Thai background in beating.
So
No,
you-
listen, let me just say because I just want to address this since this.
well,
like,
I want to play the clip.
Oh, this is the same clip.
The same
I thought,
clip,
okay,
go ahead.
sure.
Despise him. I really don't.
But that would be the result of that news?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't want. I'm not saying it's him. I
Of
really
course.
don't. I'm not saying that. The only thing that struck me as weird is that he didn't get back to me when I texted to ask if she was okay.
You Glenn Beck
If there was
motherfucker.
something wrong with her. Like, I'm reaching out concerned for this person I work for, and I never heard back. But I don't
So
want to
let
say
me
it's him.
stop
I don't.
that and ask: did he was he texting her and you?
Well, let me just
and not
address
getting
the
those-
influencing her to leave and then the text thing
Okay.
because I just want to address that. And I mean, again, like this is just the truth. I don't care whatever people want to believe. I have never. Obviously, people know me. I encourage all female comedians to quit, but But
You're right.
that's just like a blanket, consistent thing on my part. I have never, my position, and me and Lewis have talked about this a few times. Like my position with Lauren and her comedy and podcasting career was really always like.
You're gonna roll your eyes when you say her comedy, Dave. Jesus.
Oh no, was that a lot of people don't watch the video? Lewis. Come on.
No, you verbally did it too. It's the first verbal eye roll I've ever heard. I'm like, wow, he really turned over.
No,
on
but
that.
I never
I've never
really,
seen somebody do the jerk off motion with both hands.
He goes, he does like she's crazy. Oh,
Look, honestly, for the time she was in it, she was doing like cool things, and obviously the podcasting is really what she got some like success with. But I never really encouraged or discouraged anything. I was always kind of like, do what you want to do. I feel like that's kind of my ethic in comedy. Like you got to be, if you want to do comedy, you got to be convinced you want to do it. I'm not going to convince you to, or not. But Lauren, for like her own reasons, for months now, just didn't want to do this. So she told this is the story, at least from what I understand, and I'm not going to put too much of her shit out there. But she told Bobby, I believe 3 months.
Chip
Close
is
to 3
raping me
months ago.
every day after the show.
Bobby, why won't you do something? You
He said good.
Yeah, he goes,
Dad,
That's
what
Bobby
you
Kelly
want
for
to do
you.
podcast, Dad?
Dad, why are you dressing like a whore?
Bobby, please, please, it's in the Riotcast studio. It's under your jurisdiction.
Now get on the Riot casting couch, dude. Dad, you want to be on all the podcasts? I can make you star.
Bobby's sitting in his big chair.
Oh, shit. All right, so good.
Okay, so anyway, so whatever. She told Bobby months ago, and Bobby and you know they can say whatever they want to. Bobby told Lauren not to tell Norton and that he would handle it with Norton.
Whoa.
This is the story. You can say whatever they want to say.
I'm not my background. You know what, dude?
I'm a regular.
We both are. We're core 4.
Listen,
I'm regular.
I'll
No,
be-
I'm saying I'm irregular. One of my arms is longer than the other one. It's a thing, dude.
You are irregular in every shape.
Hands up, you do have
and
money.
size.
Yeah, you were born just off.
My mom got me in a discount bin.
Yeah, she goes, this one? They go, just take it, lady.
She let you know. She let you know every day. That's why you're her son.
You're a discount bin baby.
I only took you because you were cheap.
Marshall's has an orphanage?
So she told Bobby.
Listen, again, this to me, honestly, all seems like something that should take place over a phone call. But seeing as how it's all being put out there and it's speculated that I convinced, I never, look, Lauren, when she wanted to do the show, the first time Lauren said she didn't want to do the podcast with Jim to me, my response was like, think about that before you leave because it's a big show. Like, think about, make that decision. But once she did, and she had some pretty good reasons, I was like, okay. How do you argue with someone going, they don't want to do this anymore?
And I know you can't speak for Lauren, and the truth is, we spoke about this before, and you almost, the first reaction, we were like, I don't even know if we talk about it because I don't want to give Lauren's business out because she's had some, health issues, and there's been,
she has had a lot of health
there's
issues.
been some shit.
Lauren's a pretty open chick about this
I
shit.
know.
Lauren's she doesn't really give a fuck. Lauren is probably, if not probably the most thick-skinned chick I've ever, no. She doesn't give a fuck. Lauren's, her family's, crazy. There's crazy loud and Italian ball-busty family.
Yeah.
They're not sensitive. I don't know.
They're really dirty people, aren't they?
It's
the Italians.
Lauren's thing wasn't that anything that a gag or something that was said to her. It's Lauren has beef with working for these two guys. It's a different relationship than you guys know it at. You know what I mean?
I know the relationship working for Bobby.
Oh yeah,
it's a goddamn Nazi.
I'd go more
No, Bobby joined the alt-right, dude. He's a Proud Boy now.
He's a Proud Boy?
Dude, I haven't jerked off in 3 months.
Dad, I'm seeing better.
Eugenics, dude. Blacks, they don't think like us.
I'm just saying, red birds should be with red birds and blue birds should be with blue birds.
Dude, alt-right Bobby's the best.
Alt-right Bobby.
All right, dude.
Dad, we're going to go out there. It's about freedom of speech.
You will not replace me, Dad.
Keeping your guns.
Bobby's going to be replaced very soon.
No, come on, Dave.
No, I'm kidding.
You could take Lauren from Riotcast,
feel-
but you can't take Bobby.
That's literally very true.
So, okay, so she tells Bobby, and Bobby told her not to tell Norton just yet.
This is my understanding of the whole thing, is that Bobby was he'll handle it. Yeah. No more or less he'll handle it. And then it was I don't know, it's not like it wasn't known. Now, all the other shit, like you were saying, she has had some health issues and shit, but that wasn't I think there are a few different reasons why she left.
Right.
Can you share those?
I mean, more or less, I would say it's probably look, she had her problems working for Bobby and Jim, and she wasn't doing this anymore. I mean, she was quitting comedy.
Can I say this?
I think that's
Dave, because you keep on I know you can't lay it all out, right? But when you say problems working for Bobby and Jim, is it the same way Scopo left because it was dude, I can't. Eventually working for Bobby, or eventually working for me. Fuck, I'm not shitting on Bobby here, okay? Working for me. I've had a bunch of producers that work for us, interns, that people that come in. Eventually, shit hits the fan, and you will leave angry at me.
Yeah,
and that's the way it is.
Oh God,
look at her the cackles in the background.
That could be the laugh of one of those two could murder you.
Yeah, let's just say Lewis is murdered in 5 years. They're two people of interest.
Yeah,
I'm talking to.
You can hear those laughs will be played in court.
But is it something along those lines? It's not like it was an incident, or was it, or was it
no?
It's just grates on you after you work for Bobby for a while.
I don't know if it's exactly that.
I go to Bobby's studio now. We almost get into a fist fight every time I'm in the studio.
Yeah, I've been on those shows. It's
I
uncomfortable.
think the job. Look, if you just the job is, and you kind of know this. Everyone here was on podcasts. The job is a lot of it's a lot of work for next to no money, and like you said, it's not like easy people to work for. And also, I think bigger than that, which separates her from Scopa or those type of things. Like, Lauren was just like, Scopa, I said. No, did I fuck that up?
No, you know. But it's always great when you start backpedaling on someone's last name that you think you knew
Scooter?
for a while. You go,
Scooter?
Scoots?
Chris Scooter?
It's not Scooter. I've been calling him Scopa for years.
Schroeder?
Chris Schroeder left the pod. Oh, God. I owe Schroeder an apology.
I'm in a tailspin.
I never liked him. I fucked him up.
I don't know my name. I don't know
I
your
threatened
name.
to kill him on Twitter.
Oh, no, look, and she's like, Lauren just kind of like, I think with like her health issues and decides, she's just like, oh, I don't really want to do this anymore. I don't want to be in this world.
So she's done being in this
She's done
world.
doing comedy, doing the
Was
podcast.
there? Let me ask you a question. Because she quit comedy and she quit Rise. Here's the thing that I got to say, right? Because obviously I always get your back, and we're not in a fucking war with Jim Norton.
This is utterly ridiculous.
I'm friends with Jim Norton. We go on Jim Norton's show all the time. We will continue to do that. Jim will still come on Legion of Skanks.
Zach and I were just talking about on
Big
the
J
walk
will
over.
never go on their show. There's the thing with them, obviously. I don't know anyone on there, but anyway. So
They hate each other.
Yeah, I think they hate each other. I think it's the rock and roll thing. Anyway, so dirty comedian. They both like metal. Anyway, but
There can only be one.
Dirtbag Highlander.
if people are like, oh well, Dave is jealous of the way that Jim or Chip hits on Lauren on the show. I guess if she just left Jim's show and that was the case, but she left podcasting altogether. She quit stand-up. It's not like you just crushed her room and said, no, bitch, you're staying at home now.
No, I didn't tell her she can't do the Chip Chipperson show. She's not allowed to speak this month.
Yeah.
All right, so don't take it personally.
You guys are kinky.
I have a question for you, and you might not be able to answer this or not, but this is the way that I see it, right? Because I don't think it completely has nothing to do with you. It's nothing to do with your influence about like saying shit. I think you guys just moved in together. I think that she's been doing comedy and kind of like fucking with it for a couple of years, like here and there, kind of dipping her toes in the water. She got very close with you, sees how hard you work, sees how desperately unsuccessful you are. and then she's like, I'm not going to go fucking do that.
She goes, no thanks. Thank you, but no thanks.
Is there something like,
Well, listen, I guess I can't really completely deny that happened. I mean, that is possible.
But
I don't know.
no, because
oh my God, does Jim Norton despise me? maybe she did. By the way, I thought things were going pretty good for me. We were just
you're
looking
doing
over
good.
Libertas numbers.
You're
the
doing
other
good,
day.
but
We were
not.
really happy.
It's not great.
Remember?
So no, but
Is it good enough to pull her from a super successful podcast? I don't know, dude. I don't know.
No, I mean, is there something? Because no offense to Lauren, like I'd never seen her on stage, but there's no way she's slightly funny on stage. Impossible. It's impossible. I'm not shitting on her.
Do you understand the press that her quitting comedy? 90% of comedians that want to quit would kill for this kind of thing when they leave into multiple radio and podcasts about like they left the business. Most people just leave and they're like, oh, that psycho's working at where? Carl's Jr. now? All right, yeah, I used to do mics with him.
Nobody really cares.
No
Now
one
it's a great apartment in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a funny part too.
Oh well, the text. I should address
Oh,
the
the
text.
text is-
You told me about that, and I did hear. And I listen. Jim is right about that. He did text me,
And you didn't text him back?
and I didn't text him back. But look, I don't know what to say. I guess that one's my bad. But I don't have Jim Norton's number in my phone, and literally Lewis told me this today, and I just searched my text messages and like. He did text me, but it's like, dude, I'm not friends with Norton like that. I don't have his number in my phone. I don't have it saved. He texted me. I'm not even making. I'll show you the fucking text. He didn't even text me like, hey, it's Jim Norton, like blah blah blah. He texted me a text. I just got a text from a number, and then after it, but with no name attached. Just to like, hey, dude, what's going on with Lauren type thing. And then after it, a text that said, it's Jim. And it just, I don't know. It's literally the day it happened. The reason why Lauren wasn't responding, and she had told him she was sick. They were in a thing, and then she like stopped responding to him that day. It's because she went to the hospital that day. Like, not to give out too much shit, but it's like, I didn't get back to Jim's text the day my girlfriend was in the
shit out of her.
Yeah, she was fucking still doing the Chip podcast.
And her pussy was
and I said,
short,
bitch,
because
you
after
are
she was
getting-
knocked out, Dave fucking had his way with her sexually.
He chipped her.
But Dave, my question is, with putting you're a smart guy, putting two and two together when Jim sends you the text like, hey, is Lauren okay? And then it's Jim. I mean, those
No.
two-
I whatever it is.
Are you one of
I
those
mean,
people that just get a text and you're like, yeah,
Dude,
just
me
brush
and
it off?
Lewis's numbers have been given out to the fans. I get texts
This
from
is
a
true.
million
Yeah,
different
I
people.
know, 'cause
Lewis can't
I've
get-
had
we
that
can't do a
happen in Lewis
show
School.
I will
without
bet you
going out.
$1,000. Give me my phone right now. I bet you I've gotten phone calls from fans during this show.
Dude,
or text.
I have
Hold on.
no-
Hold on. I'm not even lying. Hold on. Let me show you right now. I have 5 missed phone calls, 5 text messages. I'm not lying.
Look at this.
Look. From numbers. The stream is fucked. This guy,
You're
ready?
a cunt. It's Jim.
Give me Lauren back. Chip. Dude, I might have known if he had said it's Chip, he would have had a better shot of me
Yeah,
returning
like,
the
what are you
text.
stealing my
I'll be
girl?
honest.
What are you stealing my girl or something? And you're like, oh, Chip. Hey, Chip.
Hey, Chip.
Chipper. Sorry, buddy.
Chip, we're in the ER. Talk to you tomorrow.
Sorry, buddy.
I'm not lying about this. I have look from not saved number.
Yeah,
that's
and
my
your
weed
fucking
dealer.
phone screen looks like one of
Shut
those
up.
glass protectors at a Chinese restaurant in Harlem.
Good one.
Yeah, that was way too
Safe
long.
bitch, Dan Soder. And then look,
Should have said
five
fried chicken.
5 missed phone calls, all from Minnesota, Ohio, Staten Island. They're out there. Look, I give their numbers out sometimes.
Dude,
If you guys want to fucking...
none of them are saved.
If you guys want to call anybody, 513-365-6654. They just called me from Ohio. Go tell them that the Puerto Rico Rattlesnake says what's up.
It's the way to get back at him.
It's got to give their
That
number
is a
out.
good way.
But here's what happens. Then they go, yeah, well, 646, and then they get my number, and then it's a thing, and then
It's a
thing.
vicious cycle.
You know what?
I eat because I'm depressed, and I get depressed when I eat. It is rough.
So, look, here's the deal, okay? Let me play...
Oh, that's that. I guess I will. Oh, I guess that is kind of on me. But like, it's not like he was like, "Oh, what's up with Lauren? She was sick," and then they talked the next day, and Lauren like explained to him that she was sick. Like, I just don't see why it would be such a mystery as
So
to like,
this- you're
why
saying
I
that-
why I didn't get back to you the day, whatever.
Just to get the timeline, though, he said that text, that you didn't return his text, after Lauren had spoken to him about... so what you're
So
saying...
they were talking, and she was like sick, and she was like, "I'm not going to be able to podcast this week because I'm sick."
Yeah.
Like that, and she, and then she kind of like got.
He's like,
worse.
what's wrong? Stick, I fell down the stairs?
She was, we weren't sure if we were going to go to the hospital, and she was going to keep whining. I thought maybe I could get some sleep, but then we realized it was kind of like bad, so we had to go. And I guess at some point he was like texting with her, and she stopped responding. So he was like, "Oh, what's going on?" I heard she was sick, and then stopped responding. So I guess he texted me. But I literally didn't realize this until Lewis told me.
But I'm saying, when he said that on Jim and Sam, was that after he spoke to Lauren?
Yeah, way
Okay,
after all this shit. Yeah. They've spoken like many times since then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they've spoken like this.
Spoken, text,
The way
communicated in
that
lots of
it
different
sounded
ways.
like from Jim's thing was that like she's been MIA for weeks. He doesn't know what's going on.
That is,
she's
look,
giving him the cold
That
shoulder.
is not at all, and I don't know. I don't exactly remember. I don't even think Jim said that in the thing, but that is not at all the story. And that's just. I know for a fact it's not the story. I live with the.
There was.
Like,
Can
I don't know.
I go over some of these funny parts of what I thought Jim was saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's play some of the more.
This is
clips.
kind
all
of
really
funny. This is where Jim talks about how much the fans loved Lauren. Go to number 2.
Fans were nice to her. Like, on Bobby's podcast, she said that she was sick. The Chip podcast, the Chip fans kind of fell in love with her. And she was funny, and she did a great job. I didn't know who Lauren was. Bobby introduced us. She and I went to a diner and talked about what's going to happen with this podcast when it started. And she seemed like she got it.
You just paused it for a second. I'm sorry, but did I not say he's like inside the actor's studioing?
Because I remember where I was when Lauren and I decided on the arc of the show.
And I said, acting.
I looked at her in
Is
the eyes,
podcasting.
and I said, "Lauren, the places I'm going to take you."
But you know what he did?
Terrifying
I
places.
bet you he like did the Mrs. Doubtfire like at the restaurant. He kept on running, going, "Hold on, Lauren, I'll be right back. I gotta go. I gotta get
She
Chip.
goes,
She's
she
really
goes,
excited to
Jim.
meet you."
She goes, "Jim, you have a funny hat on." He goes, he's coming back as a chipper.
Oh, dude, I shouldn't say this.
Hold
I
on,
really
I
shouldn't.
gotta-
But I'm gonna say this.
I got a
Just
fan
like-
online, but say it. All right, please hold. We'll get you on Legion of Skanks podcast in just 1 minute. What do you want to say?
No, it's a rough thing to hold someone when they go, I shouldn't say this. Now you're making me rethink it. But, but Lauren did tell me that she just literally she told me about that meeting where they were at the
Oh,
lab.
Dave,
and
maybe
she
you
said that
shouldn't. Maybe you shouldn't. Well, now you
she
have
did
to.
say that he would break into Chip.
No.
While they were like at the table, like just start doing.
Oh, that's not bad. I really thought we could do something way worse at that meeting.
Oh, Jay. I mean, bro, you just had me. I thought it was going to be like a crazy thing where I was like, oh, God.
Jim
please don't
put his hand on her like under the table.
Oh yeah, it was good.
He's like, "You can have the job if you feed me French fries."
Yeah. I want to watch you eat broccoli.
Yeah, I guess you really can't lay any implication out there with that character.
Yeah, it's good that you did tell and didn't
really.
stop yourself, because everyone would have just speculated that Jim fucked Lauren that night.
But I'm just saying, it's not far off from what you were saying. It's all said it weirded her out.
I mean, every time I hang out with Jim, I want him to do chips. So I think she's a lucky girl.
Oh, this is Pennsylvania calling. Hey, what's going on? You're on the Legion of Skanks podcast live with Dave Smith, female abuser, probably liar. What do you think?
Holy shit, dude. I didn't know this was actually your number.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Everyone's always surprised with Louis' answers.
You cocksuckers have my real fucking number. Stop giving it out in the chat, you pieces of shit.
Oh, dude, I love his
Those
fucking.
jerks.
All right.
Yeah, those other ones.
Hey, man. Hey, listen.
This guy's the voice of reason.
I have a question, man. What's your name? And do you stand with Dave or do you stand with Chippa?
Dude, it's Chris Trainer.
It's Chris who?
Trainer.
Oh,
Trainer!
What's up, brother?
All right, Trainer, we know you stand with Dave. Let's go to Minnesota. We're going to Minnesota.
Dude, I love you're running Skanks like Larry King live in here.
Hey, you were on the Legion of
Does
Skanks
this not kind of
podcast.
prove my point about not returning a text, though? Like, if your number's not saved in my phone.
Hold on. What's your name? Where you calling from?
John Moore, I'm calling from St. Paul, Minnesota.
What's up, motherfucker? I have a question. Who do you stand with, Dave or Chippa?
Chippa.
All right, it's okay. Hey, look, it's okay. It's okay. We don't care. I kind of stand with Chippa too. I got to be honest with you.
Oh, I never even for a second left the Chippa bandwagon.
I'm a very close friend of Dave's, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I only believe about 60% of his story.
I
Okay?
think everything he's saying is a cover-up.
So, makes sense.
So what do you want to say, real quick? Anything else?
Well, I wanted to say that the stream on YouTube is unwatchable.
You know what I've heard? I read a comment. If you rewind it 10 minutes, it'll be good.
I heard that it was good for everyone on Team Dave.
Yeah. If you guys, if you enjoy Dave, the stream's working perfectly. That's very strange. The programmers here, everyone thinks they're idiots at Gas Digital, but we actually have brilliant programmers who devise their own algorithm to give shitty streams to Team Chippa.
You're getting calls?
Well, yeah, Dave, they gave out your number in the chat. I just saw it.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, I just watched it being given.
In the program, I mean, they make it so it's cool to go back 10 minutes. So,
That is pretty cool. Actually, maybe we should do that for the Gas Digital thing. That's a good idea, sir. Thank you very much. If you guys want to call, you guys can give me a call at, just figure it out. You'll get the number. I can't give it out myself.
No.
That's crazy.
But it
That's
seems
just
like it's
nuts.
readily available.
646. Let's rock,
Oh, you
baby.
son of a bitch.
Let's rock, baby.
You crazy
We're going
motherfucker.
tonight, but we're deleting it from the fucking one that's going out. I don't
Okay.
care.
So this is, but you know what? I mean,
is
it's
for the special people.
The damage is
Give
done.
him,
dude.
I just
Bobby.
gave it.
Streaming live on YouTube, you fool.
I just gave it to specifically the people that hate me.
yeah.
Yeah, just only the ones who will be a problem with it.
Here we go.
Bobby, make sure you only bleep out like 2 of Lewis's numbers, just so you give him a fighting shot.
on, ready?
Like I believe in.
Here we go. Hey, what's going on? You're talking to the Puerto Rican Rattlesnake, Legion of Skanks Live. What's your name? Where you calling from? Oh, hold on. You're not. Oh, I didn't. You're not. Hold on, dude. Somebody else is calling. I can't get you on speaker. I got to end the call with you. Sorry, dude.
Your lines are blowing up.
What's going on? Puerto Rican Rattlesnake on Legion of Skanks Radio. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Check D, calling from San Diego.
What up, motherfucker?
Yo, what the fuck? Why is Dave letting Chip cook him like that?
Dave, why are you letting Chip cuck you like that? He wants to know.
Ooh,
I
good
didn't-
question.
I mean, I don't really think I had a choice in the matter.
Yeah. It's really not just Chip. It's really Bobby and Chip.
It's a mix of both of them. Poor Lauren.
Holy shit, I can't believe this real number.
This is the real number, doggy.
No one's ever prepared to podcast.
Yeah.
You could just call me tomorrow. People call me sometimes, and they're not prepared to like talk. And I'm like, "What's up, dude?" And they're like, "Hey." And I'm like, "You want to chat?" They're like, "I don't even know, man. I'm sorry." I'm like, "What?" And they just hang up.
Lewis really, I mean,
All right, thanks, dude. Hey, what's going on, Rattlesnake Radio? You're talking to Puerto Rican Rattlesnake. What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is JM. How big's your dick, Lewis?
My dick. If it's a new chick, like 5 and 7/8.
okay.
Like a hot chick, no condom.
Perfect.
First time I'm fucking her,
Is it throbbing?
just rock hard deep.
5 and 7/8?
5 and 7/8.
Have you spelled your new chick yet?
Have I what?
Have you dad been fucking her and take the condom off?
What? The stealthing?
Yeah.
That's my shit. That's my move, dog. They called that the Gomez from '92 to 2001.
Turns
You were
out now,
fucking at 9 years
yeah,
old?
dog.
That is abuse.
Yeah, dog. Oh, let me ask you
the
one more,
chick was 7.
one more question. Who do you stand with?
Oh, then he's cool.
Do you stand with Dave or the Chippa? Dave or the Chippa?
Baby.
You standing with Davey? We got one for Davey!
That was the second one for Dave.
No, it wasn't.
Chris Trader counts for me.
He is lying.
yeah, he was definitely lying.
Yeah, dude. I don't believe him.
He
All right,
tweeted
he
at me.
did. He did.
Yeah.
It came off like my explanation. It was bullshit.
Yeah.
Actually, he voted for Uncle Paul.
Oh, but let me just say, I mean, because I know you were.
Oh shit! I'm still on. Dude, get off the phone.
It was an old school phone call. Hang up. I want to make another phone
You can't
call.
dial out. I can't dial out till you hang up.
Please hang up. Remember, you could just hijack someone's life.
Oh, yeah.
He's literally, if you just refuse to hang up, it'd be like, you don't have a phone.
You
now.
can't call
Like,
the
you
cops
don't-
if you just knocked one off in the house. If you
Yeah.
knocked one off the receiver, then you're
fucked.
like, the whole house is like, good luck calling the
It
cops.
doesn't seem like it makes sense. But
I really shouldn't
did-
have given out my number, dude. It's like going crazy right now.
Oh yeah. I just had to turn mine off.
I love when a Lewis plan backfires.
Oh, it's 80% of them.
Yeah.
But I
But you
do
know what?
think listen, and I really will say I don't have anything like you said. We're not even really in a podcast where I don't give a fuck. Like I'm cool with Norton and Bobby, obviously.
Well, people are like, "Oh,
But,
is Jim gonna still come on your show?" Like, of course, dude. I mean, like,
he's the one who it's on him. He's the one who's saying he's potentially going to despise me for something that he just pulled out of his ass.
Oh,
He has
can I
no
ask you a
evidence
question?
of
Can I ask you,
saying,
hold on,
like,
Dave, can I ask you a question? Would you understand? Let's say this happened, okay? Let's say, you know, Alex, who's one of our interns, producers, her boyfriend convinced her to quit Legion of Skanks. Would you kind of like, yeah, fuck that guy? Hold on, let me say this. For the reason of he was jealous, he thought like there was something going on between you and her, and you're like, this is ridiculous. Like, what a fucking idiotic.
Honestly, in all honesty, I think my reaction would be much more like, of course your boyfriend wouldn't want you around the Legion of Skanks.
That's
Are
actually
you
true.
insane? Are you out of your mind? Like,
Oh, I won't admit this to half of
you
my-
We're like, look, me and Lauren both happen to be in this world, and
Yeah.
we met each other in this world. But you're telling me if a normal wanted someone out of here? Like, yeah, of course. Who could judge someone?
Yeah.
Who would, if you just looked at Big J? Absolutely
They
not.
go, how long you have to be around him? A week?
So
Why don't you, let's go upstate. Let's
But
move
can
upstate.
I just say, I'm not. I don't mean this like we're all comedians in general. We're all like delusional narcissists. It's what like we are. It's what brings us all together.
Speak
not
for
in a-
yourself.
But not in a...
no, but I'm just saying. But for Norton, to be
Lewis is
saying-
really about other people.
And
We all know.
I agree with Norton completely that like Lauren was great on the show and lots of people loved her on the show. But for him to like put it out there like nothing inappropriate was ever said. The fans never said anything mean to her. You're like, wait, what?
Oh,
world,
yeah, I wanna.
What
Can you finish? Can you
world
finish
are
that
you-
clip? That's what I wanted to do. Finish that
Well,
clip.
we did play that, I think.
Oh, we played the whole clip. No.
Dynamics kind of like Chip kind of fell for her, and it was this fun dynamic of we knew she was never going to give in, but she did a great job. And it was growing, and the fans liked her, and the fans were nice to her. She said they were nicer to her on Chip's podcast than they were on Bobby's. Like on Bobby's, she's like they would shit on her. Like I guess on Legion of Skanks, they would, but she said on Chip's podcast they were actually nice to her. They loved Lauren. Like in the comments, the YouTube comments, this thing would get 600, 800 comments, and a lot of them would be like, "Holy fuck, she's hot."
All right, so let
Well,
me
you know-
say this because I actually do go on Reddit and I do read the YouTube comments and I
Yeah.
do engage in these things.
You went
right?
full native. We know.
I don't give a fuck, dude.
Yeah,
I
I
go
know.
on there.
I respect
know.
the shit out of
I
you
posted there today. They tag me. I'll respond. Who gives a shit? It's just
Lewis has
another.
become their leader.
Why are comedians afraid of Reddit?
I'm not
don't
afraid of it. I
understand.
just don't want to, there's like, I just don't want to get into it because then I'll start arguing with a guy that I don't,
You don't
even
have to.
know.
It's the same shit. It is a. You can type something. You can type words into a thing and it gets to you. That's all it is. Forget the name. Forget the type of website that it is.
Yeah,
It's just. It's this. This is why I don't really care if they have my number. They can tweet me the same way they can call me. They
Yeah,
can
you
call
can
me on
turn it
Facebook.
off. Like you can turn.
You turn all this off.
It can just go.
I can block.
But that's kind of my argument for Soder why to like not even go on things if you don't want it. It's like you can.
No, you don't have to.
You're
But
like-
I feel like comics do have like a weird like thing where they go, I don't go on Reddit, dude. It'll fucking like just ruin my day.
The only
Yeah,
time
I
it's been
agree
brought
with
to
you
my
on
attention
that.
is when it's been negative. There's only been like once or twice someone's been like, hey, people were saying nice things
I
about
read. One time I sat Dan
That's the
down
thing, yeah.
and just read him nasty
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
messages
yeah.
on Reddit about
Just
him
at
and
my house.
Him and Big J.
Dan's a different guy. He pleases everyone. He's not used to it.
No, we were on the road, dude.
Yeah.
You were there, I think, too. We were at that restaurant on the road.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, was I there? Oh yeah, that's right.
Detroit.
Yeah. It was
in that
the-
shitty
it was the
restaurant, dude.
Hustler Club.
And we were just reading, and we
Yeah.
were in the shitty Uber. There's the standards of Uber in Detroit are not the same standards as LA or New York.
Yeah.
You could just have like a fucking, like a tractor, like a fucking a lawnmower and be like, ah, man, boys.
Just a golf cart.
Yeah, dude, it was brutal. So I just read you the fucking things, and like, I mean, look, here's the thing. This is the point that we're going to make about Lauren, right? Because Lauren does have a thick skin, and I fucked with Lauren a lot on YKWd in particular.
I remember that.
Lauren does, and she does get a lot of love too. I think what Jim loses sight of is that since he's literally famous, I mean, he's got 500,000 Twitter followers, and he's in this world where like the past 20 years has been this for him. Like every day he deals with this on a much higher level.
Yeah.
I don't think he gets the levity to just a normal chick. It does wear on you. For people to attack the way you look day in, day out, It does. And for a dude, it was. Dude, let me tell you something. Every time I look in the mirror, I'm like, dude, do I look like a Ninja Turtle? Are they right? Are they fucking right about?
Yeah, but I think that's
Lewis, stop making that face when you ask that question. Put your hat back on. I'm trying to be on your side here.
Do I look like a goddamn Ninja Turtle?
Listen,
tell me,
Michelangelo, I need you to calm the fuck down.
Listen, dude.
You're like a kind of.
But I think it's. But I also think like the way you say that the comics are raging narcissists. I also think there's a large self-hatred that we have of ourselves that I don't think
that goes along. I think with narcissism, though. It's like the two like sides of
but
it.
I think,
but I just say I don't know. I'm not saying there's no truth to what you're saying. Like we're all humans. I mean, depending on the mood you're in, something could bother you or not bother you.
Sometimes,
like literally, depending on my mood, a comment I see that's shitting on me could just make me giggle or make me like fuck you. You know what I mean? Like so I don't. But let me just say, I really don't think. Like that, Lauren particularly too. Lauren's not like she's not on social media. Like Lauren doesn't really use Facebook or Twitter much. She posts like
she didn't admit it to you. I'm telling you, it bothers her. I don't give a fuck what you say.
No, listen. I'm not saying nothing gets her. I'm saying she's a human being. But I
think
really
chicks in particular, especially a hot chick.
I get your theory. I just know her a lot better than you. I don't think that was a major.
I think with a hot chick, okay. If you go to a hot chick and pick out like the one thing, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing. Ugly chicks are used to being ugly, okay? Fat chicks are used to being fat. They get it, you know. You call a fat chick fat, she's like, yeah, I look in the mirror every fucking day of my life. When you start picking out little fucking things about hot chicks.
I've been through that, Swan. You can't scare me. You can't hurt me anymore. I'll get bigger. Then you can't hurt me.
But yeah, you're right. When you get something specific on a hot girl.
They just, I'm telling you,
it hurts.
They're not.
I know I have a big.
That chick in life, and you know, I know it's your chick, so you know, I don't want to talk about her like she's just some fucking broad, right? But in life,
no, but you're just kind of giving a theory on women, and you know, I'm telling you like the person, and I just know her a little bit. I'm just saying that I'm not saying there's nothing to that. I'm sure everyone's gotten a comment that's bugged them or gets bugged, but that wasn't like a factor in her leaving. I just know her a lot better. I'm not saying there's no truth to that though. I think every one of us has probably been bugged by, like you said, like been bugged by a thing. I just don't.
I don't look like a goddamn Ninja Turtle.
I'm such a psycho. I've been bugged by compliments. I think they're. I'm like, oh, what are you fucking? Oh, you're funny. Fuck you.
That's what I say. By the way, I'm more anxious like that.
I mean, that is so goddamn accurate.
Holy shit! Fuck, Lewis. I was trying to help you, but damn it.
You can zoom in, Bobby.
The Puerto Rican Ninja Turtle.
Nah. Well, all right. There we go. We doing it?
Oh, you guys is fucking upside down Russian coded.
All right, forget it. All right, it's all that visual gag is all falling apart.
Yeah, Bobby, let's just fucking back
I just,
it
by the way,
all
I'm
up,
not
my
really
friend.
saying. I don't know. Again, like but I'm just saying.
You know
for
anybody
Jim
who
to
can
say,
produce podcasts well?
You guys have
That's I know someone who has a little bit of history, but she quits on you. But I just say for Jim to like say like, oh, the fans were nice. It just seemed like kind of a weird thing where you're like, well, I mean, anyone who's done a show for like Opie and Anthony, Jim Norton, like any of those guys to say like, oh, the fans are really great. They're really nice.
Well, some of them,
some of them are, but there's also like you're known. You're not known.
Right, no,
for your fans being,
I agree though. I think that what's funny.
Well, the vast majority, I think, are. Yeah. I shouldn't paint it like that. There are lots of nice fans.
I just look. I
but
think
the minority are the vocal ones
yes,
who fuck with us constantly.
Yeah, and if you're talking about the response
and,
from the fans,
I've just been fucked with a lot, so I've grown accustomed to that. Like every day I will have something. Somebody saying something about how they hate me, they want me to die.
Yeah, you just get desensitized to it.
So after a while, you know. But I think when you know, if you're a young comic who you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out, like Lauren was. She was never like in comedy the same way that like some of the other people
a weekend
are.
warrior.
Yeah, exactly. You start to go like, is the long hours worth it? Is working for not that much money worth it?
This was I can tell you like much more about it. I mean, literally, it's like it's a lot. People just flat out, and this is what I don't get. This is what's crazy to me, right? And this is why I was really surprised that Jim wanted to like publicly have what seemed like a private phone call conversation. It's like he's sitting there and going like, well, everything was cool and Lauren wasn't upset at all. And it's like, well, Jim, like obviously not. Like, obviously not. Yeah. So why would you want... And then, like, talk to your boy Bobby. Months ago, she quit. Like, this isn't a new thing. So it's like, you're putting it out there like, okay, so obviously you were misreading her a little bit. Yeah. Because she hasn't wanted to do this for months now. Now, it was a lot more... And if you just know the job, you go, look, if someone has to work, like producing both shows, working what is like a part-time job, like a complete part-time job for $200 a month. Like, why is it shocking to you that they're like, I'm also having
Little, they were only paying her $200 a month.
I mean, it like in that boat. I don't know. I don't know exactly what it was, but it's something that's
pretty
not
good
contributing
wages.
to anything. Like it's like what
Look,
is
look at our intern salivating. They're like, oh my god.
They go, what did she do with
Yeah,
it? Did
I'm
she
saying-
invest that, all that money?
I want to get raped.
I'm saying.
Talk a weird voice.
Don't worry, girls.
The point I'm making is when Jim Norton spoils my girlfriend like that, okay? How am I going to compete?
Treats her like a princess.
Go to this clip, clip number 5. This is one of my favorite ones of the whole.
Oh, this is
That's where
amazing.
it gets frustrated when communication shuts down.
You know, Rob said to me, this is funny. Rob said,
Handsome Rob?
No, it's a guy on Twitter. He said, I think Lauren's pregnant. I did think that by no fault, by no action of anybody's.
Right.
But if that was the
No,
case,
somebody would have impregnated her.
Oh, yeah.
It would have been the action of somebody.
But if that's the case, then just tell me that off the air. Like, first of all, I would.
Maybe she can't tell you because she's not 3 months. She's not 12 weeks yet.
Can I just say,
Okay,
I
well,
thought,
then-
You know what?
this
That's a
is
good point.
me
Sam
and-
brought up a good point. Is she still in her first trimester?
Well, Sam does bring up a fair point, but I remember pause this. and
Sam
I
was
looked
also born in the first trimester, so he knows specifically the rules about trimester pregnancies.
Is she having a preemie? He just sits into it. She's gonna have a preemie.
This is like of the things me and Lauren laughed at. This was the one that we laughed at the most. Where I was just like, how fucked up would it be if Lauren was pregnant with my kid and I found out from Jim Norton's radio show?
No,
Like,
dude, that's
I was
so
just like,
great.
this is news to me. Like,
The
I was
only
looking
way
at Lauren like, anything you need to tell me?
The only way that'd be better is if Chippa told you.
I want to see what he. I, didn't,
Can I just,
I don't remember
let
this
me
part. I
just
want to hear
make-
what he says.
But let me just say, because just the
Well, can I hear the
thing he
whole
said.
clip and then respond to it?
All right, fair enough.
the air. Like, first of all, I would.
Maybe she can't tell you because she's not 3 months. She's not 12 weeks yet.
Okay, well then just do one more podcast and quietly slip away. Like I would have respected. I would never have blabbed that. Or if there was something real going on, I never would have fucking broken that. Chip wouldn't have broken that. Because Chip has said things like, I
Stop.
guess you want to.
Talking about him in third person.
I mean, Jesus
you
Christ.
psychopath.
Jesus, Jim. I mean, okay. Listen,
that's
and
a
tell
tough one.
me if I'm wrong. And fans, the shitty 1% of the fans can feel however they want to feel. But I'm just saying, is it not a little bit delusional for Norton to start speculating over whether she's pregnant and then say, if she was, she should have told me? Oh, and I know, like Sam points it out, like kind of like but. He's saying that a woman in her first trimester who he's not friends with.
Yeah.
Like, they work together. They've had, like, he made the point himself. We've had one lunch. We don't really know each other like that. That she should tell him, and then making the point that he wouldn't blab as he's telling people that, like, I didn't return his texts
You
and
know what I
shit.
just realized?
It's kind of ridiculous.
Lauren's pregnant.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
this
the way
is-
Dave's reaction.
She's not
yeah.
keeping it.
he's doing that thing right now where he's starting to get cornered. So he's
Yeah,
starting to
he's
be
like, yeah, he's
so
like-
what? So what? You come inside her, girl, and then you don't know what happens, and then the next thing you know, she's sick in the morning, but you just put out your special, so you can't fucking hang out, and then this guy
I mean,
who's
you
not a guy, he's a different guy, but he's he's talking about.
You thought the thing was selling good, but now that there's a kid in the picture, I mean, hey.
Yeah.
That's
Now
not like that.
got a new mouth to feed.
I watched my best friend ruin his life like this.
Yeah. I can't afford Taekwondo classes.
But so just, I guess, to break other news, since it's being speculated about, sorry to disappoint, guys. Lauren's not pregnant. That's
don't
not,
believe
but
it.
It is
How
about
great would it be if she got an abortion and the guy did a Chipper impression? There you go.
Okay, so look, here's the thing. I mean, look. There's no getting the fans back. I think I shouldn't say there's no getting the fans back. I think Dave, you
what are you
literally
talking about? I just split the Chippa Dave poll.
No. They're not his fans are never going to like you. There's
Oh, his fans may listen. There's
The
a
handsome
contingency
guy that
doesn't
took their
like me.
favorite producer? Why would they dislike you?
well, here's the deal, right?
The handsome opinionated man? The handsome opinionated man came and took the beautiful girl from their favorite comedian.
Why don't they like me?
Why wouldn't
What
they
is
like
it they're not? What is it they're not into, Dan?
Oh, where is the lack of likability in that?
What I think
Like
is
Lewis has missed calls like it's a suicide hotline.
every minute my phone's been ringing. Literally 11 o'clock, 10:59, 10:57, 10:56, 10:56, 10:54, 10:54, 10:54, 10:53, 10:52, 10:51.
Keep giving me times. It's good radio.
So if you guys want to give a call, let's call in now. We're taking your calls. Do you believe Dave's bullshit story? Do you believe Chippa? Do you believe Jim?
Whose
Do you believe
side
the
are
Bobby
you
Kelly?
on?
Who's
What are we naming the baby?
who's the real culprit here?
Great question.
Who's the real culprit here? Is it, or you know what? To be honest with you, is it Lauren's fault? Should Dave leave Lauren?
Oh, Lauren did bring him into a
Option
lot.
C.
You know, because
Yeah,
Dave.
this
has
is
been-
you. Everyone's like fucking arguing with you. She's the Yoko Ono of this whole thing.
She did.
Everyone was friends before. If you guys call in a private number, I will not answer. I don't answer private calls. If you have my fucking number, cocksucking motherfucking piece of shit, I have your fucking number too.
See, you know what I love about Lewis?
Sorry.
Is he does have like the way
Sorry.
when we were talking about that, where he's like,
Sorry.
yeah, it's just a device where someone calls you, either enter it or not. And he goes, motherfucker, if this is private, I will fucking rape your mother. And you're like, what? That's your line? That's it.
The kid draws weird lines, and they are thick.
Lewis gets very passionate about odd places.
Listen,
Oh, here we go. Here we go. We got somebody from Canada, I believe.
Just say you're sorry.
Hey, what's going on? You're
I
on.
don't think you were rude.
You're on Legion of Skanks Live. This guy's private. We're not doing that guy. You're on Legion of Skanks Live. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name's Matt from Nova Scotia, Canada.
What's up, Matty boy? How you feeling, brother?
I'm high as fuck, bro. We're sitting here dabbing.
Yeah.
Yo, speaking of which, can we get fucking high?
Yeah,
what is
dude.
going on right now?
I got an ankle gun right here, motherfucker.
What, bitch? I smoked DMT today.
Are we
by the
such
way. I gotta
potheads?
tell you guys later.
Why?
Oh, so Matty.
are we such potheads that this guy reminded us to get high?
Oh yeah, dude. I need that fucking bowl, nigga. All right, so Matty, do me a favor. First of all, before we get into it, I want to get your opinions here. Maybe you have a question for Dave. Maybe you have a question for Soder or Zach or myself. Who do you stand with, Dave or Chippa so far?
Chip all day.
Yeah. Lewis, do you think this is in any way going to go to Dave?
Yeah.
Something going on with Dave. You gotta check his closet, man, because Lauren's missing. For first, Bobby lost Depot. Where's he at, man?
Oh, you're right.
Okay, fine. If we're gonna go down that road, yes,
Dave
I
got
killed
Deepu
Deepu,
pregnant.
but I did.
Dude,
I fucked the shit out of that Deepu,
you
and
know
that
how-
I'm on record about.
Do you know how great it would be to see two confused, scared Indian parents looking for their son outside of the Riotcast studio?
We kept sending money to this address, and we were told our son was here. We cannot find him. The big bald man just yells at me to go away.
So all right.
We
so,
worship him. We worship him. We cannot eat him. He's a sacred thing to us. If he crosses the street, then we are have traffic. You know what, Moo?
I love Bobby more like a brother, but that was.
All right, we'll do one more call and then we'll wrap up the calls because we gotta. I love you guys calling, but it's getting to be a bit much. Hey, what's up, dude? You're on the Legion of Skanks podcast. Hang out with the Puerto Rican Rattlesnake and friends. What's going on, doggy?
What's up?
Oh, it's a chick.
It's a
Holy shit, we have a
it's
female
a
listener?
chick.
It's Lauren.
She goes, I just want to say, Dave,
Baby, keep your mouth shut.
I'm on my way to Chippas.
Baby, I can
love
be
him.
back home in 5 minutes.
He's talking to her tummy.
How did you get out of your kennel?
What's your name and where you calling from, baby?
Jessica from Buffalo.
Jessica from Buffalo. You know I'm coming to Buffalo in November, bitch.
All right. How did you just lose a fan in the same
She
sentence?
just called Louis J. Gomez's phone number. It's cool, Dan.
Sorry.
She can handle a punch.
She likes it too. What'd you say?
Helium?
Wait, one more time, baby.
Are you coming to Helium?
No, not helium. They won't work me. So.
But I will be there in the spring.
Fuck you, Dan. I'm working
5
like
shows.
It's a place called Nietzsche's on Allen.
Oh, great. Yeah, you'll love it.
Oh, cool. You gonna come? Tell friends?
Absolutely. 100%.
Goddamn right. So let me ask you a question. Whose side are you on, Dave or the Chippa?
Chip.
Come on. Nobody.
Ladies love cool
so
Chip.
why Chippa side? Tell me.
He's a tender lover.
It's just funnier. Let's get real.
Yeah,
Oh.
it really is. Even I kind of want
The podcast? It's just stupid funny.
It's just funnier.
Here's a funnier answer.
Anybody who
Oh,
fucking.
I'm just going to say I like the Chip
I was
podcast.
just saying the Chippa podcast.
You're saying it's
funnier?
funnier than Legion of
What a
Skanks?
piece
No,
of shit.
I didn't
That's
say
just
funnier.
mean.
I said
that's what you meant, you
part of the
fucking
problem.
cocksucker. Oh.
Well, that's
Duh. Cereal is funnier than part of the problem.
I watch microwaves kill harder. I'm kidding. You know I love your podcast.
It's so funny.
I mean, it's not a comedy show.
I know.
So-
It's not really good.
Someone else calling now.
No, I think we're gonna be done with the
Safe
calls
day.
now. But listen, thank you very much for your insight here, and I appreciate it.
I'll see you in November.
All right, see you in November. She's cool.
No, she Lewis. She's really. You guys don't know her. She's pretty good.
She was cool. I'm just saying she was kind of cool. No, did she not sound cool?
Did you guys catch a vibe? I
You can't be too critical of our female fans. They make up 1% of the audience. You gotta be like, listen, just thanks for being around. We look slightly less creepy. If we don't have 3 chicks at Skankfest, it gets weird.
Yeah, it's a
So
rally.
here's the deal. The only way to get the fans back, and I know this will work, okay, because
There's a way. There's a way to turn them
listen,
all around.
they've
you
hated
think?
me. The Opie and Anthony subreddit in particular they fucking hated me, and they still do. Most of them still do. From that Reddit, but I'd say I'd split them. I'd say a good 40% of them now enjoy me, and they get it.
You've done some real boots on the ground work. You've been on Reddit.
Well, no, but here's what happens, right? People all
Lewis is nation building on
people
Reddit.
hate
He's fucking
me
building an army.
when they first hear me on anything, they fucking hate me. When they meet me, they hate me. They're like, ugh, I hate him, right?
And after a while, Costanza.
Yeah,
Yeah, it really is.
Well, no, then I
wear on them.
Yeah, I erode them
You're
down,
acidic.
and and then eventually they go, you know what, dude, I can't fucking live without this guy.
You go,
know what
I
it
can't
is?
see
Because
straight.
You've got a sour core and a sweet center. If I could describe Louis J. Gomez,
You get Sour Patch Kid.
but it really is like you get it, you're like, oh god, you're a warhead. Remember
Yeah.
warheads?
Yeah.
You're like, this is
yeah.
unbearable. Why would anyone do this?
Like, if
and
you
then you chewed it in, you're like, this is the greatest candy I've ever had in my life.
Get it? I get
you
it.
hide a great candy inside a piece of shit, and I have to work my way through.
Whereas Big J is like a Whopper, where he's all sweet on the outside, and you get to the inside, like, what the fuck is this?
I thought you were
this
my
isn't
friend.
a flavor.
Oh, I am such a microwavable sandwich. You're like, sometimes I really want it, but then I'm like, really, what is it? It's not gourmet.
Yeah. So here's a way to get him back, I think, okay? I think that we just need to spend the next... Dan's only here for another 15 minutes or so.
15 minutes, motherfucker.
Yeah, 15 minutes, dog.
I'm there for 12. I
All
gotta
right,
get to
Dan,
a spot.
Nobody's counting, right?
Well, I am, because if I had to cancel on him last night.
Before Dan has to leave, I say we spend the next 12 minutes shitting on Opie. And if you do that, Dave...
Wow.
You're saying
Lewis
that's
really
how
had-
Dave wins him back.
Dave, that's how Dave
Lewis
gets them.
really is a fucking he's like the Machiavelli of fucking Reddit. Like,
Do you want to win the Reddit, win your freedom?
Well, here's what I was going to do.
I'm not just gonna throw another man under the bus to win back a group of people who probably won't like me anyway.
You know what you just got right
Give me your
there?
best Opie joke. Let's go.
Well,
This would be a good one.
Well, here's the idea that I had originally, and I didn't think you'd be up for it, okay? Because they're calling you the new Opie. So what I was going to do, I was going to set
I'll take the paychecks.
I was going to set up a series of challenges to see how
I'll take the paychecks to hang out with you.
to see how
Really?
to see how Dave would react. So I was gonna have a homeless man sit on the ground with a cake, and then I was like, Dave, what do you do in the scenario?
Wait, you're going to give him the Opie test?
And to see if you would opiate and fucking stomp on his cake, or if you'd be like, no, homeless man, eat your cake and enjoy it.
I'd say let them eat cake.
Would you?
This is how you get your head cut
That is
off.
not a not Opie answer. Actually, you know, how about we give Dave scenarios to see if he's a new Opie and see what Dave would do? Because first of all, I don't.
What does that mean, the new Opie? Like the new hated person on Reddit?
No. They're saying that he's a thin-skinned cuck.
Ooh, so
I think this whole bit's mean and unnecessary. Bobby, pull up a video of Bam Margera fucking Lauren.
you nuke it? Zach just goes nuclear. Zach goes, guys, this is fun. Let's just cut some throats, huh? What are we doing sitting around jerking each other off? Let's just blow this thing to kingdom come.
Okay, so Dave, this is the scenario.
right,
Okay,
throw it at me.
Bam Margera fucked your wife. She gets pregnant with she gets pregnant with his child. Do you raise the child as your own, or do you say fuck this? I'm out. I'm a radio legend. I can go get a new bitch.
All right. First off, she gets a high five, and then she gets a very jackass prank pulled on her.
Oh, you kick her in the
Maybe
pussy?
something with-
Is that how
kick her in
you,
the pussy with cubes on her face?
you
I don't know.
abort her in a jackass style? Go down the stairs. At home abortions with jackass music. He goes, hey, I'm Dave Smith, and I'm kicking the shit out of my girlfriend all day.
Hey, I'm Dave Smith. Hi, I'm Dave Smith, and this is Losing the Baby.
Welcome to Skanks.
Dude, it's just a giant boot attached to a stick, and she gets to the top of the stairs, and it swings down and kicks her in the stomach.
like a little. Like you hit like a little bit of dead time. You're like, she'll be here any minute, man. We're gonna do this abortion. I can't believe we're gonna do this. I can't believe we're gonna do this. No, I love her, but this is gonna be hilarious.
Pa! Dude, Wee Man comes out dressed up like a doctor.
Or a baby. Swam! Right into the fucking tum-tum.
Shit. Dude, Lauren.
I'm not going to be able to not
Lauren has to have a great like jackass reaction where she's like, come on now.
No, she's going to do this. She's going to be half injured and go, dude.
Oh, is that going to come out good?
Yeah, no, I can't. I miscarried. No, I felt it. Right, and you connected.
Did we really need all that for the
fucking funny, dude? You have to get her to abort the child in jackass ways.
I think I gave you a pretty good answer to that question.
We're here in the bayou in Florida, and we're going to throw Lauren to the alligators.
There's a Wild Boys spinoff.
Yeah.
This is the wire hanger gauntlet.
Oh shit, dude! Fuck me. That's so funny. All right, so what's another? Here's what's funny. Like I listened to Howard Stern growing up. I didn't actually listen to Opie and Anthony growing up. Yeah. So now, like, I go back and I listen to clips now, and they're incredible. Like there's hours of Patrice on Opie and Anthony. There's like just such a wealth of stuff out there. But I don't know the bits that well. I know, Zach, you grew up on Opie and Anthony, right?
Yeah, constantly. It's my
okay,
favorite,
so give me some more scenarios. What would Opie do? And we got to see if Dave would react as Opie, because I only know the few famous ones.
Oh, smashing the guitar. He smashed Sandy Kane's guitar.
You can't tell me what Opie did.
Opie would do. You
obviously, I'm unfamiliar with the career of Opie Hughes. Now, tell me what he did.
How long's this
skank? You're eating barbecue with Sherrod.
I already wouldn't be there. Sherrod's invited me several times. I refused to go.
Look at that. Now he's really pandering to them. Now he's really pandering to them.
It's purely in racism. I made that clear to him.
Why are you reading off a prompter, Dave? And why does it say how to win the Reddit trolls?
I actually have been prepared for that question every single podcast, and I have.
Dave, when you hear the term "das de beso," what do you think? Thank you, Bobby Hutch.
I don't get that.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's something.
Okay, a fan brings you poker chips. I fucked up this. No, a fan brings you poker chips as a gift. What do you do?
Thank you?
I don't know what it is, but does Opie just throw everything across the room?
I think that's the bit, yeah.
That's the bit always.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I didn't see that, but...
Oh, that's a bit. That is kind of... Yeah, I can see where that's, like, kind of funny. It's kind of a dick move.
I'll tell you right now, that's a timing thing, though, because people do that. Like, I did that, like, last night at the Roastmasters. I had these amazing shoes from Hey Dude Shoes. They're like, they feel like you're just wearing socks. It's crazy. And I showed Jay during the show, and he launched my shoe across the room.
Yeah, that's hilarious. That's what
it's a little different. It's a little different. I do that to other comedians.
I think Opie
but
didn't
I'm doing
have
it to a fan.
I don't think Opie had timing where he got what was funny. I think what happened was...
If someone actually brings you a gift...
No. Actually, you know what's fucking crazy, dude? I just realized this. I didn't even know this about Opie, right? Because I don't know the guy, right? And I tweeted at him to come on the show tonight, and he fucking just shut it down. And just didn't find it funny at all.
Wait, did he tweet you back?
Yeah, I tweeted from Legion of Skanks. I said, come on Legion of Skanks tomorrow night. Big J won't be here.
Yeah.
Because apparently, like, him and Big J have a thing.
Do they?
Not a thing, but I think, like, Big J never goes on the show, and they're just like I don't think they like each other particularly.
Okay.
I never got the vibe that like Big J liked him or he liked Big J, and there was a weird.
I've never felt a conflict.
I think Opie's particularly passive aggressive and thin skinned, so I think everyone feels that way toward Opie.
I mean, the whole time you and Jay had to do the bonfire in that closet instead of a studio.
Yeah, but I don't
feel any tension.
No, Dan, you don't really look at fake Dan. Right
I'm not
now.
being fake at all.
Phony fucking.
No, first off, fuck you.
Fucking. What, you want to come at me, dude?
Yeah, I'll fucking go at you, fucking Michelangelo, all day. The reason we moved to the second studio, that was just a joke.
Dan, relax. He's a party dude.
I'm gonna get him a slice of pizza. Everything will be fine. But the reason we moved to the other studio was because they put Race Wars on. So we were on the same day.
But Opie was in charge of putting Race Wars on.
So you think he did it intentionally?
100%.
Oh, if you don't think.
We were on Anthony Cumia's network at the time, Legion of Skanks.
Yeah.
And Kurt Metzger and Sherrod, that was like they're show under his umbrella. And yeah, they fucking cocked you, dude.
You think that was intentional?
Hey, Dan,
if that was intentional, then that was so passive aggressive that it fucking went under my skin.
I'm impressed with your acting skills. That's fucking incredible right there. I understand why you're a guest star on Billions.
Yeah, well, what if I told you that I'm not even Daniel Soder? He died. No, but I'm saying that's so passive aggressive, if that is the case, that I didn't even catch it. Because Jacob, our producer, was like, yeah, no, there's just a show on there now that ends at 7, and we start at 6, so we have to go to
guys.
What's the show called? Not The Bonfire.
Listen.
It was Race Wars.
Let's just relax for a second. I would have barbecue with Sherrod.
Just wanted to correct that.
Wait, are you John Kerry?
Anytime you share a joint with him, you do. So, fuck, what was I just going to say?
I don't know.
Damn it. I was going to say something about, we're talking about Opie.
Yeah, we were saying timing, smashing.
Okay, so that was the thing, right? You know, it's an early thing we learned, right? Like Big J would do. Big J did it outside of stand-up New York years ago.
Oh, you used to ask for a bite of your pizza.
Yeah, and then you get a bite, you go get
the
pizza, you chuck the pizza on the ground. It's funny.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
It's a hilarious thing. But I think what happened was Opie watched that happen with some funny comics one day. They saw it, like, you know, Patrice took somebody's fucking slice of, or sandwich in the morning and threw it in the garbage. And Opie went, oh, that's hilarious. and then he just doesn't understand comedic timing, or that you're supposed to do it to friends and comedians. So he's just walking up to homeless people and stepping on their cakes. And fucking this old lady comes in with an acoustic guitar and he just smashes it.
So you're saying because
I'm funny, right?
So you're saying immediately he has the opposite effect of what he's going for,
Yes.
where he was like,
It's like
this would be hilarious.
Like just not getting the concept of I remember one time I saw this this young comic. I'll tell you guys like off state who it is, but it's not really important. But it was like it was like a year end or something like that, and they just the thing. It's like almost like an urban legend. I don't know if comics actually do it, but where like you get heckled and you give the guy the mic.
Yeah.
And you go, oh, you think you're so good?
Yeah.
How about this? And this is something out of like a movie about stand-up comedy in the 80s. You're not supposed to really do this, but this kid was eating a dick in a check spot, like eating it, and it was getting weird, and they're like the crowd's turning. I'll tell you off stage.
I'm
Turn
right
it
now.
off air.
Oh, you know what? The noise of the headphones
Did it pick it
fucking
up?
masked
That
it.
was perfect.
You fucking assholes.
But I'll tell you, it's not really important to the story.
Joe
but
Matarese.
So he's eating a dick.
That's right, guys. Coming at you, ONA subreddit.
I like that you go right to it. You just run into the wave.
I like both of those people. I'm not pandering. But
How do I not get called
Well,
out?
let me
How
just
do I
say
get
that-
called out for that? And he just openly admitted he's pandering.
He's had a bad day.
You're right. You know what?
He's had a rough day.
Can I just tell you this, Michelangelo? You're absolutely right.
Well, so he's eating a dick, and they're like, "Get off the stage!" Type that thing where it's like not funny. The crowd's turning, and he goes, "Oh yeah, man, you think you could do this?" And like offers him the mic, and you're like, "Dude, do you not understand what the idea of that was? The idea of that thing, which you should never do anyway.
No.
But the idea of it is you're killing. You have the room." Someone says they think they could do it better, and you go, hey, you think you could do it better than that guy comes up in the room's on your side. When you're eating a dick to give the guy a chance, like, what if he gets something off? Like, if he gets one chuckle, he beats you.
Yeah.
And literally, the guy who books the club ran in and stopped him from giving the guy the microphone. It was one of the most awkward moments I've ever seen in a stand-up.
Because also, someone willing to scream out and interrupt a comedy show might get one off. Like they might land one.
And when the
then
crowd
also
hates
the crowd's
they
now
hate
on that
you.
person's
yeah.
side. Yeah,
They're kind of rooting for this
Dude,
guy.
the psychology behind a person in a comedy club, it's very funny because you watch people kill with horseshit comedy all the time.
Yeah.
As a comedian, you'll kill one night with a great joke and then it'll bomb the next night. Sometimes it's as simple. Are they fucking on your side? Are they into being in that comedy club
Yes.
that night?
Not even are they ordering a drink when you start the joke.
Yeah.
But understand this,
Finish
yes,
and
but
you're like,
know as a comic, right, like this is nuance, and this is something you just kind of get as a human, right? You know that, like, if you're killing with the room and someone starts heckling you or saying something shitty, you can handle that in a slightly different way than if you get on stage, your first joke doesn't go over, and someone starts heckling. Like, if you don't have the room yet, that's a whole different thing. And the idea of giving up the microphone when you not only don't have the room yet, you have lost them completely.
It's the dumbest idea.
I like, how did you think? How did you think this could go? Like, what if you just went up there and bombed and then you like tied?
Then you go, well, see, it is hard. Well, thanks for coming out.
We should both quit.
Guys, we just learned something. All right, I have to go bomb right now.
You gotta go bomb?
Yeah, I'm gonna go
No,
bomb.
you're
right
gonna
now.
be great.
No, you're gonna do pretty good,
Going
dude.
first
You
in the
always
cellar.
do like good. Just good.
All right.
Well,
Taking a
safe.
shot when I'm
That's
leaving?
a compliment.
Real
dude.
safe. I go, how's everybody feeling tonight? You guys feeling safe? All right, I'm gonna check back in at the end of the show. How do you guys feel? More comfortable? You guys all right?
Let's get some plugs in. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We're going to have some fun tonight. We got another 45 minutes or so on the show. Dan Soder, what do you got to plug, my friend?
At the bonfire, listen to the bonfire, and dansoder.com for live dates. Boston, Baltimore, a couple other places.
Fuck yeah, doggy.
I love you guys.
Love you too, my brother.
Dave,
So
I hope
funny.
you find peace with Chip Chipperson.
Who do you stand with?
Listen,
You're
I've
leaving
already
right now.
found
Who do you
you.
stand with, Chip Chipperson or Dave Smith?
Dude, I've known Dave since fucking 2007, but I love Chip.
Even I gotta admit that was funnier.
Zac Amico, what would you like to plug?
If you're listening live, New York City Zombie Crawl, Sunday the 15th at Bowery Electric.